Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Harley Quinn Sane. Might be wondering what's all over my face. Well, for one, I got bored, and for two, this is Late Night Thoughts, and today we're going to have a creepy story for you. Unfortunately, none of my viewers or none of you guys have actually sent in any of your own personal stories, so I'll actually scare you one out of mine. Pun not intended, but it came there. I don't know what I was going to say. So, this one is kind of a funny ha-ha, but it's also something I wanted to talk about, which is the supernatural. I've noticed things ever since I was little. I've always assumed that I was just crazy or insane or have an overactive imagination, all that sort of fun stuff. But needless to say, I have definitely experienced a few things and I've seen a few things. And one particular time, I will never forget, I was very little. It could have very well just been my imagination, but it has to do with a family dog. So, I think I was 6 or 7 years old. I was definitely young, and it was before the car accident. But we had 3 dogs in the house. One was Bubba. Bubba had passed away. He had already passed away by this point. He passed away from heat stroke because he was a very fluffy puppy. And the fluffy puppy did not make it through the summer. Sad times for everybody, I cried a lot. We had another dog, her name was Sweetie. She lived for a couple more years beyond this point. And she was a boxer chow mix, absolutely adorable, love her, miss her, best dog in the world. But today's story is about the dog in the middle that passed away, and his name was Nicky, which he was aptly named because of a puppy that my parents had beforehand that passed away. Nicky was kind of a replacement, kind of not, for my mom, because it hit her pretty hard. Nicky was a Husky Lab mix, absolutely adorable. He can give great cuddles when he wants to, but otherwise he could be a butt. He had got heartworms, which, for those of you that don't know, they're literal worms that infest your organs, in this particular case, the heart. And he had had a bout of them before, and my parents were able to catch it quick enough for him to get the medicine necessary and all this sort of fun stuff, and he was fine. However, this time when they caught it, it was too late. If I remember correctly, they actually tried their best to save him, but it was to no avail. It was too late. They pretty much took him over. He started staying in the house more often, which my dad wasn't a fan of. My dad and Nicky never got along. But he stayed in the house more often, hung out with my mom, and all that sort of fun stuff. And he started to get to where he really wasn't moving around much anymore. He wasn't eating, he wasn't doing much of anything. So, if anything, him passing away was him not being in pain anymore. I digress. One morning, I'm getting ready, I'm going to school and everything else. I hear my mom crying in the living room. So I get up, I go down the hall, very short little hall, short little house. And there's Nicky on the floor, and there's my mom crying, sitting on the couch, staring at him, petting him with one head. I see flies around Nicky. Nicky had passed. He passed away that night. He had had enough, his body had had enough, and he was gone. I wanted to pet him before I left for school, and I asked my mom if I could. She was like, yeah, that's fine. Of course you can still pet him. It's still Nicky, baby. And I tried, and I just couldn't because I knew he was dead. And, well, my little kid brain was like, ew, gross, dead people cuties. Because that's where my brain went. But I proceeded to go to school. You know, I would tear up here and there, but otherwise I was okay. I just really missed him and wished I could pet him. So I never actually saw him die. I never saw him get buried or anything else. I know he got buried. They buried him in the backyard. But I never saw any of this, okay? Well, I come home, do what I'm supposed to do. I get my homework done. I get my couple of chores done. I go play on the computer, all of my usual existence, and I go to bed. Nicky, when he was alive, would come up to the window. He would put his paws right on the sill Don't even look in, just like I'm looking at you right now on the screen. You see his little paws, you see his eyes staring dead at you. You're just having a good old time. Well, guess what I saw that night? That was his usual way of telling me good night, have a good night, go to bed, all that sort of fun stuff. Usually Sweetie would come bark at the window and, Nikki would go on and go sleep in his doghouse and leave us alone. Well, guess what I saw that night? I'll be damned. Nikki got up on the windowsill, looked at me, barking, hooping, and hollering like he always did, with a big old goofy puppy dog smile on his face, ha 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 ha. And that's why I'm yelling, Mom, Mom, you lied. Nikki's not dead. He's right there. She comes rushing in. She doesn't know what to do. She's looking around. And by this point, Sweetie's already barking at the window and Nikki's gone. I was like, I swear he was there. And she's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Nikki died. We buried him today. He's gone, baby. That wasn't very nice. Don't do that to Mommy. And she goes off. I'm looking around, I'm looking out in the yard, I'm trying to find him now. I'm thinking he's still around. So I'm looking in the doghouse. By this point, my eyes have adjusted to the darkness to where I can see. So I'm like, where is this dog? Where the hell is he? I just saw him. Where is he? So I'm looking and can't find him. A couple days pass, I'm like, alright, well, maybe I'm just losing my mind. Go to school, go through the routine, everything else. There he is again. Right there at my door. Or at my window. Sparking and everything else. And I opened the window. I didn't know my mom was going to the bathroom, so she heard me opening the window. So I open it, I go, hey, Nikki, why are you at the window? Where did you go? How did you get back? Why didn't anybody tell me? And it looks like he's even on his chain. Because I forgot his chain was up towards my window to begin with. But I thought he was on it. Because, well, he liked to make grand escapes. So we had to put him on a chain. Otherwise, he would go poof. Because that's what he does. Or did. So I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell? And I'm looking at him. I'm just sitting here steady talking to him. Having a good old freaking time. Sweetie's sitting on the bed looking at him. Doing a weird little head nod thing that she would do with the other dogs. I guess that was their communication or whatever. I didn't know that my mom was peeking in through the door. And that's when I turned, because I felt like somebody was watching me. I turned and went, see, Mom? There he is. I'll be damned, she stared. She looked at me. She looked at him. She looked at me. I looked back. Nikki's gone. She looked between the two of us and just silent as anything, walks out the door. Walks right out of the bedroom. Whether she remembers it, I don't know. I don't know if it was my imagination or not, but I'll be damned I saw that dog. I definitely saw Nikki walking around and everything. And it was creepy as shit, and it was cool as shit. And I have a couple more stories like that, but I don't want this video to be too terribly long. And I've already had this on my face too long. I'm sure y'all can see it getting real cakey and everything. It's getting on my nerves. I already want to take it off. I've washed my face like 3 or 4 times today. It's starting to burn. I have sensitive skin. But yeah. That was the first time I ever actually saw something. I actually have a few more personal stories like that trip me out to this day. And I will definitely be sure to share more of them. But I want you guys to share your stories with me. That is a part of Late Night Thoughts, anything and everything. So I want you guys to either go down in the comments, shoot an email, anything like that. Reach out to me any way you possibly can. While I die. But I want you guys to share your stories. If you want to be anonymous, feel free to put it in your email message, whatever. If you want your name in there, be sure to let us know as well. Or if you have your own tags online, be sure to share those so I can be sure to tag you in the description. But this is a part of Late Night Thoughts. But it's not just horror. It's not just supernatural. I want you guys to share any of your stories. Anything from scary, creepy, kooky to full-blown miracles or funny. I want you guys to share your stories, share your thoughts, share your opinions. This series is a chance for you guys to share with me stuff you guys think about at night. That's the whole point of this series. I just think about anything from political crap to floating baby pandas that are in pink clouds. Okay, it goes anywhere and everywhere. But that's going to be it for this one. I know it's lackluster. I do have a bigger story coming as soon as possible. As soon as I can get that guest here, I have a much better, much more important Late Night Thoughts coming in. I just gotta get them over here. But beyond that, thank you guys for joining me. And this is your girl, Harley Quinn signing out.